The hourglass is leaking sand, but we still surfing Cowabunga. Reminisce, remember the time, reflected on life when I was younger. I used to get mine, do anything to get my numbers. Cause where I'm from, your pockets power and women love that Hummer. Niggas try to front and make me stunt, you know I'm chopping them up like lumber. You never see me coming, Stevie Wonder.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shalom, this is Judah J, and this video is going to talk about what everybody's talking about right now. This whole segregation conversation has been completely just on everybody's mind. As you know, government contractors can actually discriminate or actually say that you cannot come to their establishment if you are of a certain race. So if you're of a certain race, they can put signs on their doors that say you are not allowed in this space. And a lot of people are having a lot of different opinions about that. You have a lot of black people that don't care at all about not being able to be in the same spaces as other people. And they say that it will actually benefit their people, their community, because they'll be able to be around their people that they can trust. They can be around people that they know do not belittle them by looking down on them, making these assertions about them that are not rotten anything that's factual. We can actually put money back into our communities and not spend in places which we're not wanted. So that a lot of black people we do not care about the whole segregation game, but you have to understand that it's all an agenda. And this is what I kind of want to go into with this live. For those that come in, I'll be answering questions today, looking at the comment section. The title of this video is The Agitators. The agitators will put up black-only signs first in order to spark martial law. So who are the agitators? Agitators are those that are of COINTELPRO that are put in place by the CIA and other government agents to basically rile up people. If they're going against maybe the direction that the government wants them to follow, what they'll do is they'll try to get the people to coalesce against one another by tactics in the media to rile the people up. So now you have the people that are, because we all look at television, we're all on the internet. Everybody's social media is the rage, right? So whatever messages that they flood on the internet, the people of every nation in this country, different races, will flock to those different spaces, and we'll get these different messages. And so the government's agenda will now be pushed out into the world and to the nation. And now you have people that have made their minds up of how they view their reality, how they view their world or other people, based off of the agendas or the thoughts or the desires of this satanic, evil government that we reside in. So what they do is, if they have riled up the people to such a place where they want to actually respond to the injustice, where they want to go out and make a difference, where they want to march, or they want to do something to show their disapproval of the leadership that's above them, the government will send agitators into these spaces, into these rallies, into these marches, into these town halls, people that are paid by the government that have a sole agenda to rile the people up. So you might have them start violence, spark violence, people that have nothing to do with the pure essence of the movement. They'll come into these spaces. They'll start the violence at these spaces, and then what they do, the government will have the media take the picture or take the video and feed this all throughout the world, all throughout the country. And they'll say that, either this group of people, they were, the most in numbers at this rally or at this march. And they'll say, well, this is the face of why the uprising happened, but it wasn't the people at all. It was these agitators that the government put in, or COINTELPRO, they put into these spaces to rile the people up. It's a tactic as old as time, right? You want your agenda to be carried out, and the other opponent or the other player, so to speak, is not following the agenda, right? You're doing things to incite them, but they're not falling for it. So what you do is you go and you sneakily go and you do something to enrage these people. It could be violent, it could be political, it could be anything, right? You could say that their leader is some sort of dictator and he's destroying the people. Have you heard that agenda before? You could say that he is causing mass, he's offing mass people in his nation, or he's causing the people to be impoverished. He's a crook. He's a liar. He's stealing. He's doing these things when he's not, or when she's not, right? But that's what this country, this Babylon, that's what they do. When they want something, they will go to any lengths, any means to get it, because their father is Satan. And that's how he gets the things that he gets, is by any means necessary. Survival of the fittest, sort of speak, is what he's taught his people. So in order to, what I think is that with all this talk of segregation that they're having now, which is nothing just but a hot button type of, it's actually something that, of course, may not happen. It's just to rile the people up. As you know, since Trump's been in office, he's been trying to get black people to go out into the streets to protest and to show their face, to be visible in the media, so that he can, and this is what I believe, so that they can cause some false flag with their agitators that come in and start the violence and create all the violence, and then have the black people be the face of why it happened, so that the martial law, where they strip the country of all of their rights to protect themselves, is now enacted throughout the country. But they want the black people to be those that start this, because they want us to be seen as those that took away the rights and the freedoms and the safety of the nation. So black people right now are saying, nope, we see what you're doing. We're not going out to the streets. We're not fighting for any of your causes. We are hip to your game. We understand that you want to get rid of us. You want to destroy us. You've tried in so many ways in the month and a half or 2 months since you've been in office. You have said that our holidays are not going to be observed anymore. You've said that we are nothing but DEI recipients, and our work is not really, we're not really worthy of the jobs that we have. We're just DEI hires, just some people that are taking away jobs from other people, other races, because basically we're just a quota. You have said you have gone to Washington, D.C. and dug up the street that said Black Lives Matter. Now, I'm not for any of that agenda laden BS to try to uplift somebody's self-esteem. I don't, Black Lives Matter. We all matter, right? But they've made that to be the mantra of our plight. We understand that you've gone through so much trial and struggle. Black Lives Matter. That stuff happened a couple of years ago, three years ago, and they put this big sign in the street in Washington, D.C., which a lot of people care about. And so what they want to do is dig it up, and they did it. They took the taxpayers' money and dug this thing up, the street up that said Black Lives Matter. And what they were doing was trying to look at us and say, okay, how are you going to respond to this? This is what you're dealing with, a diabolical, demonic, evil foe that only thinks one thing, and that is to destroy those that they view as the biggest threat, which are the black man and the black woman, because they really know who we are. Anyways, besides that, they also, now they're doing, of course, the segregation thing, saying we're going to have segregation where we can bring that back from the 60s and all the struggles that your forefathers fought for, all of the civil rights stuff to try to make this place, this evil place, more civil, and to give equal rights to everyone. We're just basically going to say, forget that. In 2 months, this guy has come in and said he's going to roll back all of that. Now, it was just for the desire to get black men and black women to go march in the streets and go protest and be the face on the news whenever you turn on CNN and Fox and all these other stations. So then they can say, when they bring in the dogs and they bring in their law enforcement, right? Their slave patrol, because that's where the cops really came from before, slave patrol, right? Anyways, when they bring them in and they have their agitators start the violence and create these scenes that are seen all over social media of violence. They can plan it on us. So they did that. Right. Right. What else did he do? What else has he done? He's also now taking money out of the education system. He's basically saying he's getting rid of the Department of Education, right? Well, who is that going to affect the most? It's going to affect Black people the most. It's supposed to, right? Because we depend on public schools. We don't have the money for the charter schools and the private schools. It's the public schools, right? So if you take the money out of the Department of Education, see, this is stuff that you have to think about with a mind that is kind of free from a racial type of narrative. You're not thinking about racial narrative. You're just thinking about common sense. Who utilizes the services the most? So you say, okay, these people do. Okay, so if you take away the resources and the equity from that service, and these people that utilize that service the most, they depend on those services, who's going to be the most affected? So it's going to be the Black people. So now he's saying, I don't know if he's done it yet, but he's taken money out of the Department of Education more than any other president in the history of the country has done, right? Since it's been enacted, right? So we have this guy, which of course, I don't vote for anyone. I tell you that off the top. I don't vote Democrat, Republican. You know this channel. What I tell you all the time is that it's all about blessings to you, Mamuk the General. It's all about turning back to the Most High God, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In the name of the Son, Yahushua HaMashiach, serving him in spirit and truth. We don't want a king. We don't want Saul. We're the Israelites of the Bible. We want our God. We don't need a king that we can see. We want the God of the Bible, the one that came and died, rose for us at Calvary. When we as a people return back to our faith in him, and we get our mindsets released from the contraptions and all of the nets that this lie has trapped us, this Babylon, this American dream, you should not want anything to do with this place. This place is judged already by the Most High God, and it's only going. You'll see it too. Trust me. You will see if we live. You will see what happens to this place. This place is over, right? And as you see, it's like the foundation of this place is leaving. Their ability to create finances, economics destroyed. Those that do their grunt work, that actually build and basically make sure the foundation of the economic system, the immigrants, right, that do the grunt work, they've turned against them. They've turned against them and said, we see you, we're sending you back to your country with ICE, right? I even know some of these people, like some of the jobs I've heard of, people don't even want to go to work, these immigrants, because they're afraid that they will be meeting someone at the door, come to their job and escort them out of there, separate the families. So those that have put this monster in office, right, they basically have chopped their own neck off because of their hate for other people, and also because they don't want to lose their supremacy. They love the benefits they've been afforded in this demonic, evil place, not knowing that no man and no woman on the face of the earth should have an advantage over another man or another woman that's rooted in some sort of satanic, demonic supremacy. Oh, I'm better than you, so I should have more than you. And it's just look the other way. I mean, you guys just aren't playing the game. You guys just need to be a part of the team. And if you're not, then you can go back to your country, because this is the way this place is. America the beautiful. And this is, you wouldn't feel that way if you didn't have the zooms and whams that you've always been afforded, that has been pretty much given to you off the backs of enslaved people, marginalized people whose ingenuity was never seen as anything that had any merit, anything that had any value. You've lost trillions and trillions in dollars because you didn't want the ingenuity and the creativity of other people to be those that had any shine or that got any notoriety. You didn't want that. You want just you. It has to just all go to you. You know who I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying that everyone that is of the majority is, has this sentiment, because just like the church, everybody, there's different denominations, and there's good people and bad people in every. So I'm not stupid, but we all know that one bad apple can ruin the whole bunch. And I'm sure you know that they put that on my people all the time. One person that looks like me could do something wrong, and everyone's judged by it. So now you're judged by it. And here's the thing. Bible prophecy comes into place like this. And I'll get back to the title of my video in a second. The way you get destroyed is from within. There's nothing new under the sun. What happened during the Civil War? You wanted to free a people that you hated. Your president, which is Lincoln, he didn't want to free the slaves. He wanted to keep the Union strong. He wanted to do anything he could to keep the Union strong. And if he didn't have to give up slavery, he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't have. But he wanted to keep the Union strong. He wanted to keep the nation together because he felt like it would just be destroyed. So he decided to go into this war. It wasn't to free the slaves. He said if he could have kept slavery, he would have done it. But you don't read history, do you? But there's some people that do, like me. So anyways, back to the judgment. The judgment comes because why would a people that are so hell-bent on keeping a certain people down and doing the most evil, heinous things to these people, gator bait, chattel slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, Rosewood, Black Wall Street, right? And black codes. What more do you want? Gentrification, right? All the stuff that goes on nefariously and just foolishly in this country, right? And it just gets swept under the rug like it's nothing, right? So why do you think a people that are that hell bent on killing and destroying people would fight against themselves? That's a Jeopardy question. Why would they do it in their own right mind? If I'm a person that doesn't like you, I'm not going to do something to help you to be able to get above me, or do something that's going to destroy myself so that the thing that I care so much about will be destroyed. So the things that they care so much about, which is this country, which they have taken to be their own, forget all the other nations that are here. It's yours. And you came over here just like everyone else as an immigrant. A lot of you were the worst of your people in Europe. They kicked you. They sent you over here. You're the bottom of the bottom. So they got rid of you. You're the ones that they just sent over here, right? Get out of here. And you're over here now. You said you sought freedom. You sought to not have the oppression of your king, right? So then all these other people come over here, these immigrants, and you feel like they are not afforded the same liberties as you, as you claim that you wanted when you got here. Oh, you're just so much better than them. When the whole world was created black people. Don't think we don't know history. All the great civilizations of the past that you erased during the Dark Ages. Why do you think they call it the Dark Ages? Because they erased history, painted the figures, changed the books, changed the locations, destroyed the history. They did it all, right? For their supremacy, right? And it's had its time, and it's been fun, right? It's been fun. But don't you know that different empires rise, and then what do they do, folks? They fall, don't they? All these great empires rise and fall, and we just so happen to be in an empire that thinks it'll never fall because they figured out all the imperfections from the past empires, right? They know exactly how to sustain their stuff when right before their eyes is being destroyed amongst them. And check this out. The biggest fear from the majority party, you know who they are. They don't want those that they have done the most evil, heinous things to all throughout time for thousands of years to ever come into power because they feel like it's going to be turned back on them. That is the main thing. They know what they've done. They know what their forefathers have done. Oh, I didn't do what my forefathers have done. But when throughout history, think about this, has a people been separated from the works of their forefathers? No other nation, it doesn't matter who they are, has ever been separated from the history and the edicts and just the past workings and dealings and imprint that their forefathers had. No one just does something and shapes and changes the world in a day. This stuff occurs over millennia. And so people sometimes have to pay for what happened in the past, like my people, the Israelites, the true people of the Bible. Go read up on that. You can do that. Deuteronomy 28. Go read in Obadiah. Go read in Jeremiah. Go read in Isaiah. Go read throughout the whole Old Testament, right? Anyways, we paid for the sins of our forefathers. That's why we're in captivity here in this country. That's why they took away our history. That's why they changed. They put this Bible in front of us, which is our book, and they twisted it and changed it to fit their ends, to keep us as slaves. The Bible in Revelation says anybody removes anything out of this book, adds or takes out of this book, shall be blotted out of life. And check it out. Your slave masters did that. Oh, yeah, they did that. They took books out. They switched words to make it in the last days now. It's a contention. Is the book real? That doesn't make any sense because that contradicts itself. Who do you think made these contradictions? Who do you think did it? The ones that were never forgotten in the first place, that took our book, destroyed us as a people, and think they're going to stay in power forever. But they don't see the writing on the wall. They don't see how their country is being destroyed from within because of God's hand. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. I don't know when it's going to happen. How it's happening now. That's why you're seeing the earthquakes, which you're going to see ramp up. You're going to see all the little tornadoes that are going to go crazy because you have his people in your possession. And just like the Bible says, it says there's nothing new under the sun. My people, let my people go, just like Moses. He said, you're going to be in a captivity for 400 years in a place, the land that your forefathers have not known. You will come to Egypt again in ships, right? Who came to Egypt again in ships? Egypt is not the nation Egypt. Egypt means bondage. You will be coming to a place your forefathers had not known in ships, and you shall be in bondage for 400 years. When did the slave trade happen? It happened, the transatlantic slave trade happened in 1619. 400 years from 1619 was 2019. What happened in 2020? You got your jab. You got your, I'm not going to talk about, but you know, everything, that little thing everybody had to take, which is now currently destroying the insides of everybody's bodies that took it. You have their agendas to say they want to have the population down to 500 million. What happened to their guide stones? Oh, yeah, they got rid of that, didn't they? They don't want any imprint or any remnants of that around, right? As a reference. Because they want to do their reset. They want their great reset. But they want to reset the world because God's people are waking up to who they are. The Bible says, when my people remember themselves, then the end shall come. No other time in history have we as Black Americans, Negroes, scattered to the four corners of the earth, in every country. We're in America, we're in South America, we're in Europe, we're everywhere in the world. But we came over, Judah came over here to it during the transatlantic slave trade, to this country our forefathers had not known and suffered the most heinous slavery that this world has ever seen anyone suffer, chattel slavery. And we still are in slavery, but it's slavery of the mind. So he's saying, let my people go even now. And these different weather anomalies, which they call what do they say it is? They say it's global warming. They're so stupid. Oh, it's global warming. Okay. But it doesn't show that really in actually the records. Actually, the world is getting colder. But they have their instruments that are in the world with the chemtrails, and of course they have their HAARP that heats up the ionosphere, and they have their they have their what is that thing that the CERN. They have other weapons all throughout the world they're doing to try to destroy the world, because it says that Esau shall kill, steal, and destroy in order to get anything, because they were not promised anything by God, right? Esau. Jacob was the one that got the birthright. Esau was the firstborn, but he gave his birthright to Jacob. Isaac said that, well, Jacob, you shall serve your brother Jacob. Your foot shall be on his neck at first, but then Jacob shall rule the world. The end of the world is Esau. The beginning of the new world is Jacob. You read your Bible. Anyways, there's people out here that know this. And so, and check it. Trump knows it too. And everyone in government knows it too. And every world leader knows it too. Psalms 83. They shall come together, conspire against the Israelites. So they shall take away their heritage. So they shall not remember who they are. Come on, man. It all works out. So anyways, I know how the book ends. The book ends with this place, the Babylon, the whore, being destroyed by their enemies. What is Trump doing now? He's riling up the enemies against America. What's happening in the spiritual realm? In the spiritual realm, the angels are being stirred up. The kings of all the nations are being stirred up. Why? Because the angels that Most High God has sent out is stirring up these nations, the leaders, so they shall turn against each other. That's why you see Trump going against his allies. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, y'all, of Babylon, America's downfall. It's a spiritual thing, which they cannot stop. They will not stop it because it's already been set in stone. It's judgment. They can't even get past it. There's no praying for this country. There's no weeping for this country. This country's gone. It's over. But it's now just about, and it has nothing to do with me or any other man, woman, and child on this earth. God has already judged you. And he judged you in the Bible you don't understand. You don't understand and read the Bible. Go to your seminary and see how they talk about the Bible. They don't even know who the true people are. True people are my people. And I'm not trying to, I'm better than you. Read your Bible. And I'm not going to try to justify it either. Because at this point, if you don't know it, hey, you're just going to have to learn for yourself. You know who we are. You know who we are. But back to the title that Holy Spirit comes, guys, and it just starts talking. And so I'm sorry, but I kind of got off topic. But look, it's agitators talking about segregation. The agitators, which are CIA, FBI, deep state informants, they will go into these peaceful protests like they're trying to do on April 5th, which no black person better go outside. Don't you go nowhere near that mess. Don't fight for them no more. Don't speak up for them no more. Don't have nothing to do with them no more because they did not care about you. They never cared about you. You went to the voting booth, even though I don't vote, but a lot of you guys went to the voting booth, my people, and you voted 92% women for Kamala Harris. You voted 81% black men for Kamala Harris. And every other nation of people in this country voted for Trump in large numbers. Not every one of them, but I'm talking about the majority of them, right? Showed you where they stood. These people knew that he's nothing but a racist, or even if he's not he is. They're all racist. They all hate Israelites, which are the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth. Let's just get it. They've always been working against us, and they shall continue. But they knew that his policies would negatively affect us the worst, but they didn't care because those that are the majority want to keep their supremacy, and those that are the immigrants wanted to be a friend to the majority. Am I on point? Am I on point? So then when the immigrants found out that they got betrayed, and now they're sending them back in droves to their countries, even the ones that are natural born citizens, because the major goal for a lot of people was to say, majority, we feel like, this is what they said, we feel like we're losing our country. By 2050, the immigrants are going to be the majority. So where is that going to leave us? The life that we've always known as being the majority and having all the rights and having all of the things and the benefits and all of the, what is that? They get the benefit of the doubt in every situation. That's going to go away. So we need to do something now, no matter how we do it, in order to get this thing turned around. We got to turn this train around, no matter who cares. We don't care what they think about what we're doing. So we're going to vote this guy in that we know is possibly bad for us, that's going to do things that is going to rile us, the world against us. He's going to do some outlandish things, say outlandish things, put us in danger, but it doesn't matter, because if he's going to be there and keep us in our position of power in this country, which is all we have, then we'll take it. So then you didn't care about the plight or the well-being of any other man, woman, or child in this country, because you want to keep your unfair advantage that you've always had since you've been here. But now Guess what God's doing? You played yourself. This is the beginning of your downfall. These oligarchs, these rich ones are coming. They just Elon Musk and all his friends, and their goal, if you don't read the Bible, is the 10-horn kingdom. This place is the whore that all of the other nations hate. They want to destroy this place. That's why they're messing with the economy. That's why they're taking all the jobs out of the economy. They started way back when, right? They started in 1913 by changing the gold standard, right? Taking the gold standard, changing it to the dollar, fiat currency, where nothing is built on any foundation. And then all of a sudden, what they're doing is they thought, oh, they brought you into the club, poor majority man. They brought you into their rich boy club. They said, okay, you can amount to be like us if you just play the game. Work hard, go to the best schools, and you can be like us and look down at every other nation, other race of people just like us. But you were never included in the game. Unless you took some oath, some Freemasons or some dang secret society, or you become part of some satanic evil organization, right? Then you get in, right? And then you'd have to deal with God's judgment at the end of your life when you close your eyes for the final time after all of your trips to Mar-a-Lago or your trips to Hawaii and your mimosas and your pina colada drinks and your living, going to, what is that, Martha's Vineyard or wherever you go, and driving your big nice trucks, which I care nothing about. I'm just making a reference. After your worldly pleasures have succeeded and been done, then you close your eyes for the last time, maybe when you get in your older ages or maybe even before, and then you got to meet a God that's going to judge you for everything you did, and there will be no saving you. And then you'll go to that place for eternity based off of the things you know you did to destroy this world, to uplift a narrative that put a people down and tormented certain people and propped you up for a small amount of time of bliss for a lifetime of hell. That's what you're living for. When you go against people, you just look at you're not your brother's keeper. You're somebody that loves only yourself. You care only for your own well-being, for your own thing. You don't care about the lives of other families that are going through hell. It's all about you. You only live once, right? YOLO, right? No. So anyways, you've been judged. You've been judged. Your nation's been judged. And only those that repent and return to the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, which is you call Jesus Christ, only you and then obey his law, statutes, and commandments, which is another part of the puzzle a lot of you Christians don't understand. It's all about obeying his law, statutes, and commandments. That goes for me too. It goes for all of us. Because he also says in his word, he says, don't be deceived. Those that are whoremongers, those that are liars, manipulators, cheaters, not cheaters, but effeminate, those people that that are lovers of themselves, if you know what I mean, man with man, woman, go and read that. You're just deceiving yourself. You won't make it. So the only way that you can have any sort of justification, any sort of peace, any salvation, the only way you can escape what's about to happen here is to have that relationship with Christ. Love his people, which are the true Israelites, the children of the Most High God, the Negro, scattered to the four corners of the earth. Your Christ that you say you love Christ, he's black. He looks like me. Sorry, you'll see. You will see at 100. If you'll see him one day, or who knows? I don't know how that works. If he comes back and you're alive, you'll see him, and you will be shocked. Because your forefathers taught you wrong. Your forefathers lied to you. All of your history is a lie. And the world's finding out now. Your whole history is a lie. Everything that you knew about this history of this world is a lie. Thinking that you were more than what you were. But you'll see. Anyways, let me see. Mamluk the General, respectful, bro. Segregation can never be reinstituted. It's just not feasible. I don't think so. Hold on. Common sense wise. They'll be hit with so many lawsuits there. Now, I also believe that too. I believe, like I told you before, Mamuk, that this is just it's like bait. It's like they're trying to rile us up. If that was to be instituted back in this country, because of where we are in this country, as just the way the vibe and the way the nations, the way this country is, you would say that if you go to a store and it has a sign on there that said you can't go in there, there would be protests immediately that would, of course, be caught and picked up in the social media on the news, right? You would really, I mean, a lot of people that are saying they want segregation right now, they are not really thinking about how it would be once that first sign goes up and once that first confrontation happens, because there's going to be people that'll be like, no, you mean to tell me I can't go in the store? Oh, I can't accept that. And then all of a sudden a fight would happen, violence would happen. And so if you think about it, Mamook, that would reach the government or the deep state's initiative to get the people riled up to cause the martial law. But what I think is, this is the big thing, the reason why I don't think they're doing it, it's going to happen, because they know about Black Wall Street. They know about the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth, the Israelites, the Black people. They know that what happens when we come together in unity. They know how much ingenuity we have, how much creativity. They know of the true mind and the true power of the mind and the smarts and all the brilliance of our people. So they don't want us working together. That's the last thing. They want us to be with them. They want to be around us more than anything. They do not. That's their worst nightmare is for us not to have any dealings with them, even though they've always taught us that they want us to go back to Africa, that they don't want nothing to do with us. No, that was just a smokescreen. It's psychology. It's what they do. It's like a snake. It's like they're sneaky. They're very sneaky. They're not going to tell you what their true agenda is. You have to figure it out on your own. And so they don't want us working together, Mamook. This is the reason why this whole segregation thing is not going to go, because they know if we actually left them alone and they actually left us alone and let us start our own businesses, be around our own people, and get that unity and get that, we would grow to be the greatest nation within a nation in the world. Think about what happened with Black Wall Street. If they would have left Black Wall Street alone, we had hospitals, we had banks, we had schools, we had fire departments. And this is all in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in a small stretch of land, kind of like a certain number of blocks in Tulsa. They saw where that was going, the unity, all of the, just the amazing business, the workmanship, the work ethic, all of it was just amazing. Go do your study on Black Wall Street. So that was their template to say, we can never allow these people being those that are quote unquote free, where there is no free, but you can get a job, you can build yourself up, amass some money. You can go and learn from an institution, from teachers that'll teach you how to actually support yourself and sustain yourself in this world, in this country, build your wealth, learn skills that's going to help you to be able to that you can use to uplift your community. No, they're like, not these people, because if they do it, they will have more than us. They will rise above us. We can't have it. See, this is the secret talk that's spoken of in these little Freemason clubs, in these different Club of Rome's, in these different secret society type of organizations, right? This is what they really talk about. We can't let those people get anything. Keep our foot on their neck, like the Bible said would be into the end of the days. When the end days happen, you'll see the foot of Esau and his people, which is those that run this world, right? Those that are in power in the majority of this world. Japheth mixed with Esau. You're going to have to, when you mess with me, you got to read your Bible. So you know these people I'm talking about. Japheth and Esau mixed, because it talks about how in the Bible they were mixed together. Esau shall rule at the end of the world, and Jacob, my people, shall rule at the world to come. So Esau's world is being destroyed as we speak. And he has a lot of power with him. He has the fallen angels with him that now are making themselves known. He has, of course, all of the Nephilim that are going to reappear. You know, he has all of these things. So we can't destroy them as a people. Little old Negro going to destroy all that. It's going to be God himself that comes and destroys them. Not comes, because Christ, I don't believe, is coming back for a very long time. He's going to destroy them by their enemies. Esau and all these Western nations shall be destroyed by their enemies, and by those enemies that they have made that they have that were their partners and were their friends, that they're now turning against and they're turning their friends against them. Why would they do that? That makes no sense. That doesn't add up. That's not reasonable. That's God. Judgment. Anyways, blessings to you guys. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can go to $ Judah J Talks 144. That's $ Judah J Talks 144. It will really help out. Super chats are also very appreciated. If you would like to, make sure you please push the thumbs up, because that makes the algorithm send traffic over to my channel. And I think I'm gonna from now, I'll be doing this right now. I'll be doing the StreamYard. I'll do this setup for now on. I think it looks clearer, and I can do a little bit more with the channel as far as the graphics and all the animation and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, black people, do not go march. Do not go and deal with any of their rallies anymore. Don't vote. Just completely get out of their system. I'm not talking about for 4 years. I'm talking about forever. You be done with them. Shop at your own shops. Go to your create your own businesses. I'm not telling you to say people can't come in your shop, because that's not how we are. We don't do stuff like that. Nothing that's happened here in this foolish country has anything to do with us. But they always try to bring us into it, don't they? They can't leave us alone. They won't leave us alone until they're made to leave us alone by God. He's the only one that's going to do it, because this is just the way Bible prophecy said it would be. It has to be this way. I'm really sorry it has to be this way, but hey, this is the way it has to be until the Most High God judges. Their judgment is fulfilled and finished. But I mean, not everybody's bad. Every nation has good people, but they've done so much wrong to the world. The world is turning against them. The very world, the very earth is turning against them, right? These people that hurt the earth, destroy the earth. Look at the earth, right? Time for new leadership. Anyways, blessings to you. Until next time. Shalom.
You can feel my love. You can feel my.
Tesla magnetic essence with a twist of Freud. Toys the big boys, the expensive suits, the agendas, the crush the will of the truth. Undergo the misplaced depths with red from the dead spun like threads. Against kids in the Gen X meds, fight for the mental, lead poison, relax and slow down and make foul the brainwaves of Zion. Only dying but Orion got the deity thoughts, the new age hopes, blotted and wrapped. Token and hijack message, then legend get casted and locked and trapped in a pack of cognizant dissonant traps. But we pack strength and backpacks.